Okay, here's a little video showing an example problem on digitizing an analog signal with voltage values between -1 and +1, sampled at 3 bits of depth. And we're interested in the voltage levels and the voltage values that it'll be rounded to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw out my scale, my time axis, my voltage axis, my +1 volt, and my -1 volt. And now the number of voltage levels is 2 to the bit depth, and NB is the bit depth, the number of bits, and it's 3. And so we have 8 voltage levels. And so I'm going to take this range from -1 to +1 and divide it up into 8 pieces. Okay? And now I can easily figure out what those values are. If you want, I can use a formula. Delta V is V max minus V min all over L, which is 1 minus -1 over 8, which is 2/8 or 1/4. Okay, and so this is going to be 0, 1/4, 2/4 or 1/2, 3/4, minus 1/4. So this 1/4 value is the step. Minus 1/2, minus 3/4. Okay, and then I can also write down. So these are the voltage ranges, and these are the sampled voltages right in between them. Okay, so what I mean by that is that whenever I have a signal, let me go ahead and sketch these out for a moment. Whenever I have a signal that lands at its sampled moment, suppose that we sample this signal at these times, then what we're looking for is at the times indicated by the black vertical lines, where is the signal? And what we're going to do is we're going to round the signal off to these blue values, which are right in the center of those 8 voltage ranges. And so all of the sample voltages will be right on a blue value. And we ask ourselves, for example, on this at this first moment of sampling, with this vertical black line is a moment in time of sampling, and we see that the signal is in between these 2 red lines, and therefore we're going to round it to this blue value here. Okay, the next one is in between these red guys, so it rounds to this one. The next one rounds to this value. The next one rounds, let's say it's between the lower 2. It's kind of right almost on the line. I guess it's a little bit below the line. And finally, this one rounds right here. So that's what this means. And these blue values then are the sampled voltage values. And they're occurring at deltas of 1/8 off of the other ones. So this is minus 1/8. This one is minus 3/8, minus 5/8, and minus 7/8. 1/8, 3/8, 5/8, and 7/8 are the sampled voltages. Okay. Our plus and minus 1/8, plus or minus 3/8, plus or minus 5/8, and plus or minus 7/8. The ranges are from -1 to minus 3/4, minus 3/4 to minus 1/2, minus 1/2 to minus 1/4, minus 1/4 to 0, 0 to 1/4, a little bit tedious here, 1/4 to 1/2, 1/2 to 3/4, and finally 3/4 to 1. Okay, and you can see there are 8 voltage ranges, which is consistent with the fact that we have 3 bits of sampling depth. Okay, hope this helps.